All right, good afternoon. Today we're going to be learning an effect called Bokhe. It's a Japanese style of photography where you have images in the background that are blurry, and we do what's called a Gaussian blur to them. Okay, it creates a nice sense of depth in your project, and it's a really fun effect to learn in Photoshop. So we're going to start out with the brush that you created last week, and then we're going to add some effects. We're going to add a gradient background. We're going to create depth by creating the Gaussian blur, different sizes. You are going to need a focal point, and we're going to throw in a few lens flares to add to the effect. All right, so let's get started here. Again, just 8.5 by 11 is fine. I'll start a new one. Okay, and again, please do not design on your background layer. So you're going to get a new layer. And then this is a new tool that we have not used. It is the gradient tool. Okay, so click on the gradient tool. Now in the gradient tool, you can pick different colors. So come up here. If you want multiple colors, grab one that has multiple colors, and then you can click on them and pick your colors. I'm just going to do, let's see, I'll do 3 colors. So come down here in your little paint bucket, double click, and then grab your color, pick here, and then here. Maybe I'll just stick with yellow. All right, and I like that. Okay. There are different ways to fill your paper. So you can do just a traditional fill like that. There's a radial. And all I'm doing is I'm clicking in where I want it to start, and I'm dragging and then dropping it. Oh, that's pretty. There's a diamond effect, which is lovely. That, and then this one here. Oh, that's the diamond effect. Okay, I'm going to do this angle diagonal. All right. Now, on your next layer, this is where you're going to have kind of it'll be the layer that is the furthest away. So imagine like if you're standing on a street, the images that are far away, like 5 blocks away, you can barely see those. And so they're kind of blurry. Obviously, you can't read signs or car brands or that kind of thing. The things that are closer to you are crisper and cleaner. All right, so I'm going to grab my paintbrush. And up here, like we did last week, I have all these brushes I made. I'm going to go with my butterfly. Of course, you can change the color. I'm going to stick with the pink. And I'm going to just kind of start stamping. Ooh, that's way too big. Kind of start stamping in here a butterfly. Woohoo. Okay. And maybe I'll make a nice big one here and down here. Now, I'm not 100% sure where my focal point is going to be, but you probably right around in here somewhere. Okay. All right. And these guys are just way off, going to be way off in the distance. So I'm going to throw what's called, again, the Gaussian blur. So you're going to go Filter, Blur, Gaussian blur. And I'm going to up it, there we go, like that, and just say OK. So kind of blurry, right? Yeah. Now I'm going to get a new layer. And on this layer, I'm going to add in maybe some crisper ones. Now, if I'm not totally happy with my background, which I'm not, I can always delete it and get a new layer and start over. So, because it's just not working for me here. Let's redo this real quick. Not sure if I like the colors. That's a little better. Okay. All right, you can just leave that, or I'm just going to trash it. Okay, so now on this layer, I've made a few more. They're all kind of the same size. I probably should maybe make a big one there. Maybe I'll make a big one down there and a little bit there. Okay, now this layer I am going to put a bit of a blur on it, but not as much because it's closer to me. So it's not going to be 100% crisp, but it's going to be a little bit of a blur. And I'm going to throw in a lens flare right here. So I'm going to say Filter, Render, Lens flare. I'm going to grab this little mark here. I'm going to bring it up to right there. And I'll make it a little smaller. So there we go. Ooh. Nice. Okay, and now I'm going to continue to work. This next set of butterflies are going to be super crisp. And I actually might even change the color. Let's see. There. So they're just closer to me, right next to me. Okay. There we go. And then just to kind of maybe balance this out, I might throw in, let's see. This is like a supporting, there. Okay. I might throw in another lens flare down here on this layer. So I'm going to go filter, render, lens flare. I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to just make it not as bright. And maybe I'll do the movie one, which is always fun. Okay, bing. It's a little bit of a contrast there. Okay, so enjoy yourselves, have fun. Again, the ultimate goal of the project is to learn how to use the gradient fill, play around with your layers some more, learn how to use filter, blur, the Gaussian blur, and then also filter, render, lens flare. Okay, enjoy yourselves, have fun, and I can't wait to see them when they're finished.